Let's jump straight into this explainer. Picture a high-stakes, futuristic cyber landscape. The ultimate weapon here isn't some rogue computer virus, it's a machine literally capable of shattering the foundational math holding Web3 together. That is the impending reality of quantum computing. So today we're unpacking InterLink's post-quantum strategy, looking at how they're securing the blockchain stack before that countdown clock hits zero.
Think of post-quantum security as our ultimate digital armor. We're talking about heavy-duty cryptographic systems specifically engineered to shrug off brute force attacks from both the classical networks we use today and the massive quantum mainframes of tomorrow. We simply can't wait for these quantum threats to fully mature, right? This kind of impenetrable shield has to be forged right now.
What's really fascinating here is the stark contrast between the security we rely on today and the key-cracking behemoths of tomorrow. Right now, classical computers find our current cryptographic math incredibly difficult to solve. It's solid. But quantum computers? They could use highly specialized algorithms to literally derive your private keys directly from your exposed public keys. If that becomes a practical reality, the entire concept of secure digital identity just evaporates.
Section 1. Why one upgrade fails. The ripple effect.
It's incredibly tempting to just hope for a quick algorithmic fix, but changing one single cryptographic lock forces us to redesign the entire vault. Dropping a new signature scheme into a network creates a massive ripple effect. Transaction payloads suddenly bloat, verification speeds shift dramatically, CPU and memory requirements spike, which directly impacts validator hardware and network bandwidth. You upgrade one algorithm, and the whole engine literally needs a rebuild.
Because security isn't just a single checkpoint, is it? It's a continuous life cycle. We're talking key generation and storage, all the way through transaction signing, signature verification, validator authentication, and finally, recovery and migration. A proper transition has to protect the payload across this entire flow. If even one step in that chain remains vulnerable to a quantum attack, the blockchain just isn't ready. A high-tech system is only ever as strong as its weakest link.
Section 2. Building the post-quantum vault. Enter MLDSA 65, which is standardized under FIPS 204. This is the heavy digital armor InterLink is currently testing. It's a post-quantum signature mechanism built on some seriously mind-bending advanced lattice mathematics. They are actively integrating this heavy-duty cryptography to shield user accounts, validator keys, and consensus messages. Basically, it's our frontline defense for the future.
But listen, even the absolute best armor gets dented over time, which makes key management absolutely critical. Static validator keys pose a massive long-term operational risk. If a permanent key is exposed, the network is fundamentally compromised. On the flip side, consensus key rotation acts like a dynamic cryptographic force field. It allows for scheduled key changes or even emergency replacements, tightly limiting compromise while preserving validator identity in both standard staking and proof of authority environments.
Now, an easily overlooked but totally vital operational layer here is Genesis compatibility and network operations. We're talking about the nuts and bolts, initial validator key registration, safely importing and exporting network state configurations, and replacing keys without breaking identity. If you don't preserve deterministic configuration, these security upgrades are totally impractical for real network operators. You could have the most advanced quantum tech in the universe, but if those Genesis workflows break, the whole network is grounded.
Section 3. Scaling for the future, engine upgrades.
Upgrading to this quantum armor definitely adds weight, so we need to turbocharge the infrastructure to carry it. We do that with Configurable Block-STM parallel execution. The potential benefits are massive: higher capacity, lower execution latency, and vastly better CPU usage. But you inevitably hit friction points if conflicting transactions try to access the exact same accounts. That requires re-execution. So those execution settings have to be dynamically adjusted based on conflict rates, block composition, and memory. It's a delicate balancing act.
We also have to carefully weigh the trade-offs of pre-state caching. Preparing relevant state data in advance gives us much more efficient state reads and faster preparation, reducing repeated access during execution. But there is a major catch. We absolutely must avoid stale data errors, and we must preserve deterministic execution. Pure blockchain speed is completely useless if participating nodes cannot independently confirm that the state is perfectly correct.
Section 4. The blockchain stress test.
Theoretical security in a pristine, glowing lab means absolutely nothing without operational resilience in the wild. That's exactly why InterLink subjects these mechanisms to rigorous, highly realistic adversarial conditions. We're talking extreme network congestion, validator outages, hardware failures, simulated key compromises, conflicting transactions, and harsh network partitions. They are battle-testing these systems in cyber warfare simulations long before they ever get near a live decentralized network.
Which brings us to a really powerful philosophy underlying this entire full-stack approach. Security is not created by an algorithm alone. It is created by the interaction between mathematics, software, infrastructure, operators, and users. It's so true, right? You can't just slap a quantum-resistant algorithm onto a legacy network and call it safe. The entire ecosystem literally has to evolve together.
So, that leaves us with one final, very provocative question. As the quantum countdown continues, is your network built to adapt, or is it destined to break? It is a high-stakes, futuristic reality we are heading into, and the preparation simply has to begin before the emergency strikes. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.